Hello everyone and welcome to episode 7 of the TW9 Road to Glory series here on the channel, as it is Kumate, Kumate, Kumate. I wanted to play the Bloodsport theme so bad before the start of this, but this is going to be a very insane show for us. 8 matches, 7 of them, which will be Kumate tournament matchups with one-on-one competition. Instead of ropes, it's aligned with a cage. Still has, as far as a ring mat in there. And it's basically who's the baddest motherfucker in Sin City Grappling? Who is the baddest motherfucker in the Las Vegas area for this one night tournament? No weight limits, no time limits. If you're man enough and you want to be the fucking man, you gotta earn it and win 3 fights in one night. No rankings here for those Kumite bouts, but the one that is just a filler between the semifinals and finals of the tournament, that's going to be a regular Sin City matchup. So that will be based off of rankings, and that will be a sanctioned bout, which of course, 10-minute time limit there, but this might be our biggest show as far as lengthwise. And as far as it's also going to be a free show off ticket prices, so there's going to be a lot of people showing up to see these men beat the absolute shit out of each other. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see. For the tournament, this is what it is. As far as for the 8 men that are competing in this tournament, we will see Jules, the Sandman Knight, versus Roberto Guillotine Ayala in the first round. We'll also see Rob, the Real Deal Reynolds, versus Scary Terry Roundtree. Also see Marcus Mahan versus Pedro Mendoza. And Rob Edwards, as far as the human weapon, taking on Walter Tagg as the big bad wolf, if you will, of Walter Tagg. He is going to be in a tough battle, though, with Rob Edwards. As for that tournament, of course, the winners of these 2 matches will then face off against each other, and the same thing here. The winners of these 2 matches will be battling it out in the semifinals. Then we'll finally get our finals. What's at stake here for this Kumite? The first Kumite. Maybe there'll be more, so we just made it Kumite 1. Quite simply, pride, bragging rights, and maybe even future consideration as far as in title matches, as far as whatnot, because obviously there's no championships or anything like that right now. This is the biggest thing we have had to date, a one-night tournament like this. We'll see, though, because, there's a lot of guys as far as weight differentials. You got, I think Jules is 215, and, Walter Tagg is 265, I believe. So, the big bad wolf himself, he is, 266. So that's a big motherfucker in there. Rob Edwards, of course, is 252. So, those 2 behemoths there battling it out. Rob, the Real Deal Reynolds, I think, and then for Jules, now, of course, the Sandman, he's 216, so he's the smallest guy in there. Mark's Man's about 250, no, 238, actually, to be exact. And Mendoza's pretty, he's 252 as well, he's pretty big. But that's, that is the 8 participants. As far as, I don't know why I clicked on the mail, there's really nothing to look at. The people that I know are not going to be on the show are going to be, again, having time off to try and fix our morale issues, because, my God, is our backstage area an absolute mess. But we're, as far as coming off of a pretty decent show, if I do say so myself. We put it as an hour and a half just to make it, see what the deal is there. Ah, damn, I thought I changed it to where it would be free, but that's alright, we'll have very cheap. I thought I did that for everybody. Kerry Fry, we'll give him the night off. I didn't give him the night off, but because I was just like, oh, he's injured. He probably already is, but we'll give him the night off. And there we go. We're good there. We're done there. Obviously, again, we'll be at the Piper Casino. There we go. Just want to make sure. But that's gonna be almost 100 people, so that's great. We're getting almost to the triple digits. yeah, again, we can just skip on that. So Rob Edwards, brought for Russell's Court. He was whining about stuff all the time, but I'm going to help being just a Debbie Downer. Listen, we can't have any Debbie Downers here. This is fucking Kumite. 8 men are going to enter. 1 man's going to leave alive now, as far as it's not a fight to the death. But, boy, it would be pretty awesome. And, of course, Pedro Mendoza showing up very late. He's always doing something. And Sergio was about to fight a fan. Just great. Oh, well, at least he was happy about that. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to fucking... Yeah, how about an open forum, huh? Oh, never mind, yeah. So, probably not a good idea to do that. I don't want to pull a rib on somebody on this type of crazy show. So, yeah, I think, yeah, I think we're gonna just do nothing. Yeah, probably for the best. There, but yeah, as far as the... Yeah, we're good to go on the card. Trying to think, as far as it's weird, you used to be able to look at least at the venue. I guess you can't do that anymore. Because I was going to look and see how many people are going to be there, because I thought it was 91. But, yeah, as far as how the layout's going to go, I think we're going to have the Sandman enter first. This is going to be a Steel Show matchup for the first night matchup, as far as Jules Knight getting the win in 6 minutes over Guillotine, so he's going to advance to the next round. We'll probably then go, because on that side of the bracket, it is Rob Reynolds and Terry Roundtree, so we'll go with them next. And Scary Terry's going to beat Rob Reynolds, so that's a huge win as far as beating Rob Reynolds. And both those guys, I mean, as far as both undefeated going into it, and both 2-0, that's a huge win. Obviously, again, rankings don't matter, per se, but that is still a massive win nonetheless. We'll go, I think Rob Edwards and Walter Tag. I think it's going to be the worst of the two coming up next. And Rob Edwards is going to win. He's going to beat the Big Bad Wolf there in 10 minutes. Hopefully that's going to be a fun bout, too. Walter Tag's unhappy about it. That's kind of crazy, because Rob Edwards is definitely going to outperform him. Then Marcus Mayen and Pedro Mendoza, which Mendoza's going to win in 7 minutes. So one of the shorter ends of the matches there, which we will then have Nigel Stevenson be the agent there. So now, that's the, as far as the first round, actually, we gotta kind of ass backwards here. Part of me kind of likes this lineup, though. Yeah, that actually is a much better lineup anyways, so I'm cool with it. So we'll go with the first semifinal, which is, of course, Jules Knight and Terry Roundtree. So how about that? The smallest motherfucker in there, going 16 minutes with Terry Roundtree. And as far as, of course, with Scary Terry and Jules Knight, of course, Jules Knight has more of a kickboxing background as far as with him. And, no, that's Rob Reynolds, rather. Jesus Christ. Jules Knight, though, has a, as far as a good grappling-based background, which helped him out here to kind of ground out and wear out Scary Terry, do some sugar holds, if you will, where he's not looking to really finish him, more just stretching him out and trying to use whatever he can. But, of course, Terry Roundtree hasn't lost yet. Big motherfucker in Scary Terry, who, of course, has his, we gave him the choke slam as far as the Scary Terry, the Scary Hour, I believe we have him called that, but, that for that finish. But, Jules Knight getting a massive win. Yeah, I figured Terry Roundtree would be a little upset by that, and that makes sense from that perspective. The second semifinal night matchup is, of course, Pedro Mendoza and Rob Edwards, which Rob Edwards will beat Pedro Mendoza here. So, of course, these two, they've had the draw. They've battled against each other in the past with that draw. And, of course, well, he wasn't involved in, actually, the 6-man tag that was, brawled throughout the New York, or about to New York Strip, the Las Vegas Strip in the casino, the Piper Casino. But Rob Edwards getting the win here, and another booking complaint. Surprise, surprise. So here is where I want to have a matchup to kind of give these guys a break. And it's just going to be a regular Sin City matchup, which will, of course, be Nigel Stevenson and Sergio Mendoza. Yeah, we'll ever go about 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, we'll go 5. And Nigel Sampson gonna get the win. And that's Nigel's first ever win in Sin City grappling, which is kind of crazy because he's really fucking good. And yeah, now he's gonna be 1-2-1. For Sergio Mendoza though, 0-3 now. Pretty brutal record for him. Not great. Not great indeed. And then for the finals, of course, Jules Knight, Rob Edwards. How about that? The smallest motherfucker comes in here and shocks the world. Beats them all. Love it. Absolutely love the finish. For the Sandman, enter Sandman for Jules Knight. He has been a guy that I think is a fun guy to try to make. As far as he's, great personality-wise. He, as far as usually, I would say his, as far as he's usually not annoyed, but yeah, he's been pretty good with us. As far as his couple of matches he's had. Of course, the Rob Reynolds one was a massive, massive match. He just beat Kerry Fry at night 8. And he beat Kunashi Kawamura at night 7. So he's been on a bit of a winning streak. Of course, the Rob Reynolds loss is one loss, but to have him win here and go undefeated tonight and beating the likes of Rob Edwards, Terry Roundtree, and Roberto Ayala, that's huge, obviously. That's a star-making night for the Sandman. We'll also do a pre-show thing where this is kind of be like, it'd be uploaded to like YouTube, like probably the day before. It would be, released on the day, as far as just me talking about Kumite, hyping up the Kumite event, and maybe having the fucking, the Bloodsport theme in the background to open up into, me addressing, the running down the lineup, the participants, and running down what's going to happen here tonight, and that it is for glory, for pride, to see who's the baddest motherfucker. So that's going to be fun to see. As far as with that, again, I always am like, what should we have this be? Because I guess it would be getting a promo. And then for everybody involved. So let's just go Jules. Let's see. Off screen, probably be the best for all these guys. Off screen, and then for Roberto, we'll just kind of go. Yep, and then Reynolds and Edwards. Let's go Marcus Mahan. Oh, yeah, let's go actually Pedro. Then Marcus Mahan. And then Terry Roundtree. And then Walter Tagg. That should be everybody. Should be there as far as hyping that up. Can we do a pre-taped? Are we even allowed to do that now? As far as Kumite hype. Yeah, I think 2 minutes is pretty solid for what I want to do. So as for that, yep. Oh, yep. We're live, brother, even though it would be edited. It's just kind of funny how it works out. So, again, kind of crazy. You can't look at the fucking venue. Because that was definitely a thing. Like, I'm not going crazy here. Or you're able to look at that. But, yeah, I mean, we nailed it as far as an hour and a half. So I'm glad we went with that. Because we basically, little over 103 minutes. So that's going to work out quite nicely. I'm hoping the show's a success. I don't know, though, as far as it might get a little crazy with how unhappy a lot of people are. I think if we use Rob Edwards too much, we might cut down on the Walter Tagg match a little bit, yeah. Actually, make it 8 minutes. That way it's 11. That way, they all have different times. That'll work out. It's still being used too much. But, yeah, we should be good to go. Let's run it. So you have 95 people. As for the hype video, did not go well at all. Luckily it was a pre-show. angle, because it would not be a part of the program. We might, if we were to the rate where we're like the size of a company that runs like DVDs, this would be like the intro to the DVD, kind of the hype for Kumite, talking and running down the bracket and whatnot. Oh, we had Marcus Mayen actually cutting a promo as well. That was obviously not supposed to be. Tough. But yeah, Marcus Mayen, Pedro Mendoza, 40s for both guys. Pedro Mendoza gets the win in the first Kumite bout with a submission. I mean, got the crowd at least hot and rising for the kickoff of it. It got to show off a strong start, too, so that's nice. Another 44. Rob Edwards beating Walter Tagg, another 8-minute bout, and another submission for Rob Edwards, because, yeah, it is by tap or knockout. Of course, with Kumite, no rules, though, so as far as you can use your fucking closed fist if you want. You can rip somebody's throat out if you really want. As far as, yeah, I mean, it's fucking Kumite. Yeah, that is the name of the game. But Rob Edwards doing pretty well there with a 42. Usually those guys do a little bit better, but I think a lot of people are just unhappy. That's kind of hurting everybody's, everyone just low morale, low locker room morale. Damn, tough break about Jules and Roberto here with that, them not clicking. Still somehow got the crowd buzzing, even though it was a 35. But yeah, rear naked choke from Jules Knight. The Sandman puts him to sleep. Love it. Absolutely love it. 42 here for Rob Reynolds and Terry Roundtree's Scary Terry with an arm triangle. Love it. As far as another 40. Looks like 40 is just going to be capped here until we get everybody's morale situated. But, yeah, I mean, it got great wrestling, which is kind of hilarious. That 42 is enough for great wrestling. So 53, though. Wow. For Jules Knight and Terry Roundtree, as we probably should have actually switched that around. Now, that as far as with, this should have been flipped with the next matchup to give Terry some time to relax. But I guess, too, it gives a more credible loss for Terry as far as him having to go back-to-back like that. And then Pedro Mendoza and Rob Edwards, as Rob Edwards gets the win. Beats Pedro Mendoza. But yeah, Pedro with a 32. Pretty brutal performance from him, but he loses for the first time, even though, again, it is unsanctioned. So it will not be held against him. My God, Nigel Stevenson and Sergio Mendoza stink it up here with a 28 co-main event. We went with a 5-minute bout. We probably should have gave it maybe a little bit more time, might have saved it. But my God, Sergio Mendoza is the shit. Brutal. But at least Nigel Stevenson wins for the first time, and he'll be now 1-2-1. In our main event, 48, the winner of Kumite 1, Jules Knight. Rear naked choke on the human weapon. And Rob Edwards, 45 for him as well. Great performance, and what a night for Jules Knight, as far as to be the man to walk into Kumite and walking out as a winner. One of the 8 men, the smallest motherfucker in there, beats 3 guys in one night. Again, we're trying to tell a story throughout the night, and I think that's a very compelling story to think that little motherfucker's going in there and beating guys that are 40, 50 pounds bigger than him. Very much when Sakuraba would have to fight some guys that are way bigger than him and would somehow pull it off. But towards the kind of more in pride, they didn't really have to deal with that a whole lot. I mean, of course, the infamous one-night tournament in Japan when because he was pretty much a welterweight going in there and fighting guys at heavyweight. It's very, very crazy. But yeah, I mean, it went pretty well. The Jules Knight matches actually went pretty well besides the Roberto one, and even then, that was obviously due to a bad chemistry, but everything else, I mean, the Jules Knight Terry Roundtree matchup did really well. We just got to fix the morale, and I have a feeling that will be fixed relatively soon, because we got some plans as far as regarding some of the bad apples we have here. But, yeah, I mean, that's, it sucks again, the Nigel's match sucked, too, because he did pretty well, actually, for himself. not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, we'll definitely give a big hug to Jules Knight, man. I mean, he had a hell of a night. And we have to probably do it for Rob Edwards, too. Just because, I mean, again, he worked 3 matches in one night. That is very spectacular. Nobody got injured, shockingly, as well. And, yeah, we lost still about $1,000. Which I didn't expect. I thought we would actually be, for the first time, be below the $1,000 loss. But it is what it is. We're still jumping up in popularity, though. We're up to 6 now. So that's good. Good shit. Well, I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse. But, I could have swore I put it as free. As far as for the tickets, take a look. Ooh, my day. No, guess I didn't. As far as, or did they get rid of? Oh no, there it is. The ticket pricing. Put it to free. There we go. Yeah, that was. I mean, it still would have worked out. I mean, I'm glad we at least made money off of it. Because yeah, I guess last month we did only lose $911. But yeah, now we're 10,000 in the hole. 10 grand in the hole halfway through the year is not ideal. Not ideal, but it could have been a lot worse, I guess. Again, we're making a good bit of money, to be honest, with how much we've been getting after it. As far as drawing in crowds, and hopefully we'll get to 100 people, 100 plus people, so it won't look as empty going into night 9 of Sin. But yeah, that will be the next episode, of course, for Sin City Grappling. We'll go back to sanctioned bouts, back to, as far as no close fist, 10-minute time limits, all that fun jazz. But to have, a couple of nights here of anarchy in Sin have been a lot of fun. I think it changes up a little bit, and also I think a one-night tournament like that was a great way to put over how just absolutely insane this roster is, that they were willing to go in there and fight 3 nights in one night, as far as, or 3 fights in one night, rather, for a chance at just not even money, fucking bragging rights and glory. Nothing more better. But yeah, I mean, Jules Knight, man, he's the baddest 215-pound guy out there. Baddest motherfucker in the world, one might say, as he choked out 3 guys in one night. Very much a Hoist Gracie performance. As far as, kind of harkening back to the early UFC days, of course, winning UFC 1. That tournament, as far as the smallest fucking guy out there. But Jules didn't use jiu-jitsu. He did use a rear naked choke, though, which is kind of crazy. Again, I mean, he could do that, because, I mean, again, it's unsanctioned, so we're cool with it. But yeah, thank you all for watching for episode 7, or Night of Sin, the Kumite event. A lot of fun to do, and now we'll go back to Night of Sin. So Night of Sin 9 will be the next episode. We'll catch you guys rather next time. Take care, everyone.